Så. Då alla mina vänner som hör. Då har vi 3 minuter till gig.
Hallå!
Hello!
Är det några med oss där ute? Hej och välkomna till EQLoves Music och EQLovesFestival framförallt livestream. Yes!
Yeah.
Och det här är ju...
Jag heter Suki. I don't know, should we speak in English or Swedish?
It's just me starting the wrong
right.
way.
Yeah.
So we take it one more time. Hello and welcome everyone.
Welcome to EQLoves Festival.
Yeah, and we are doing an online stream for you guys at your places at home over there. I hope there are some people with us out there. Yeah.
And this is actually the 4th time we're doing this festival. And this is your second one, right?
Yeah, this is my second one. I was working last year as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think I've been around 3 times for this festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of the pioneers.
Yeah, but you actually been the project leader of this year's.
Yes, I've been the project leader, so I should probably have plenty of hats like that in different colors because that's how I feel. Yeah. So for anyone out you there, this is Suki and Nadia, and we are welcoming you to EQLoves Music and EQLoves Festival live stream, online stream.
And we are gonna have today. We're gonna have some couch talk with some great producers, and we're gonna have some live gig shows here. And tomorrow we also gonna continue with the festival. But where are we gonna be then?
We're going to be actually in the same house, but and you can follow us through the website link that you're following us by now, and also on YouTube and on Facebook. So when we're streaming, everything will be in the same rooms that you're using right now. So from tomorrow, from 15:00 Swedish time, which means it can be different for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's going to be a lot of interesting talks with producers, like over the seas, right? Like Gloria Cava,
Exactly.
and great producers that worked with like artists like Beyonce and stuff like that.
Yeah, Beyonce, Madonna, QTECH, and yeah, you can look her up. Gloria Cava, she's in the schedule as well. You can see it on the website or on EQLoves Music on Facebook and on our website .com, EQLovesFestival.com. Yeah.
Yes, and there is also links on the webpage, so you can just go in there and click there, and you get to the live stream.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so you are so welcome, everyone who's watching. Tell your friends, tell your family that we are doing this live, and yeah, let's have a great night, right?
This is going to be so cool. And right now we're waiting for one of our artists for tonight, because tonight we have a couple of showcases with both our own members from EQLoves Music, which is also a organization, a non-profit organization.
Yes. But also different artists.
Yes, and you can be a member of EQLoves Music, like regardless on where you live on this planet. Actually, we have online meetups for only our members in our, and this is the festival for music production and for equality in music production, and that's what we stand for. Which means that every artist on this live stream has produced their own stuff. Which is super cool. And we're also hoping that you will like a lot of the new things that you will probably hear tonight. Some of you have heard these artists already, and that's the lovely part of it. Yeah.
Shall we introduce the first artist?
Yes, the first artist name is Sea Lion. A Gothenburg artist who's from the west coast of Sweden. As you can hear, the Sea Lion. So give it up for Sea Lion.
Yay!
Hi.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, without any applause now then. Yeah. Hey, and welcome.
I said I'm not really planning to stay. That was a good day. That was such a good day. Thanks. I think I will be, sorry, I'll be tuning a little bit in between songs because I've started doing that lately, because like when you record, I'm gonna really get annoyed if I look back at it and see every song is out of tune. So just, yeah, bear with me for a second. You never really know what's gonna happen when you change the capo. And these are new strings as well, and yeah, that's a bit problematic sometimes. I used to always keep the same strings for like, I don't know, years and years, but then it always gets to a point where I get a bit stressed out that they're gonna break during a gig, so eventually I have to change them, which I don't like. I guess it doesn't matter if this is a little slow because everyone is just in their couches, probably at home. All right. This song is from a record called Moonlight here. So you're leaving suburban skies. See, you wanna be free, but baby, so do I. We were only kids then, skipping stones by the pool. You with your sad eyes, couldn't know you'd hit that wall. It is hard to know when to stay or go. You burn bridges you never even saw. There's been a thorn in your side, keeps you bleeding all the time. But you got plenty of fire to burn out, so please new. Don't you know that? Thanks. It's weird with like just an awkward silence when you finish. It's not good for the confidence. I think you should clap, at least one of you 3 people here in the room. No, just kidding. Right, I'm gonna play a new song that I haven't released yet, although the first one was a new one as well. It's a song that's coming on a new album that I'm putting out this year. The first one, it's called Man in the Bar. And this one is a song that I have recorded, but I haven't decided when to release it yet, or if to release it. But let's play it for today. It's called There's a Cool Light in My Baby's Room. There's a cool light in my baby's room, and his window Yes, thank you. Much better. I'm gonna play one more song, and then we're gonna discuss some music things. Right, Nadia? We're gonna discuss some music things later. Yeah, yes. Sweet. So this is my last song. It's called Tear the Moon. Sorry for opening up this Friday nights so extremely mellow and depressing, but I hope it's gonna pick up a little bit later, or maybe this suits this depressing corona times, maybe. Alright, so this is the last one. It's called Tear the Moon. And it's from my most recent album called Pass This Way. Oh, my baby knows my best. cyberspace and everybody here. Thanks.
You, Sea Lion.
Sea Lion. So
And
beautiful.
it's so beautiful and so soothing and calming and exactly what we needed right now, since it's been a day for preparations for the festival and a lot to do.
Yeah. And for you guys who came in now in the live stream, we are EQ Loves Music, a non-profit organization in Gothenburg who works for equality in the producers business.
Yeah, the production field of work
Yeah.
in the music biz.
And we are having a festival each year where we talk about music production and invite guests and artists to talk about their work. And so it's really nice that all of you are watching tonight, because it's a different kind of time now with Corona, so we have to do this online. But we're so happy for you guys that are watching out there.
We are super thankful. And since this is a live stream, this stream will be available for anyone out there to watch even later. And you can also share the one, if you're on Facebook and on YouTube and stuff like that, you can share it to your friends. You can create online parties with your friends and invite your friends to the online parties and watch this stream together, even though you may be on a social distancing right now. So that's a very lovely thing.
Yeah, and also if you guys out there have any questions for our work, you can write them on Facebook or on Instagram to us.
Exactly.
If you have any questions.
And then it's on Instagram, we are EQLoves Music, actually, since we're a non-profit organization, as Suki said, that also has a bunch of different music producers in the field. So we're about 40 to 50 members nowadays, and you can join from wherever you are in the world. Of course, we will do our online meetups and stuff like that. That's gonna be in this autumn. We will do it a couple of times a month, but online as well. So this online scheme actually seems very suitable for us. Yeah.
And now we have come to the point in the program where we have the first couch wisdom on stage.
And what is couch wisdom is basically we have invited 3 wonderful producers. The first one you already met, Sea Lion, called also Linn. And then we have Monks, and we have Gothenburg's own Vanessa Liftig. And this is going to be led by Hanna Gedvik. Welcome to join us and sit down.
Welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks.
It's lovely. Hi.
Hi. So nice to be here at Brewhouse and your beautiful EQLovesFestival. It's a great show and it's a fantastic evening. And thank you so much, Sea Lion, for the beautiful music. Yeah. Oops.
So, are you feeling prepared to start?
I'm feeling prepared. I'm feeling comfortable. It's cozy in here. Yeah. We got a lot of cameras. We got smoke. So let's introduce
Come on,
Vanessa.
girls.
We'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Hi, girls. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Great. Thank you so much for your beautiful music.
Thank you.
And we're going to see you later, Max. Yes. Monks. Sorry. Yeah. So first from my left here, we have Linn Österborg, more known as Sea Lion. You're a musician, producer, and a songwriter. And your latest album, Pass This Way, came out last year.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yes?
This is correct.
Yeah, and then we have Vanessa Liftig, singer, composer, text writer, musician, producer. And 2 years ago, you released your latest solo album, Göteborgs Pyramider. And the same year, you also produced Alexander Lövmark's album, Perfect Storm. So welcome.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk more about your work later. And then we have Maria Nyström, musician, producer, and your breakthrough came under the name Naima Train, right? But now you're calling yourself Monks, and your first EP as Monks came out last year.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's called Shell. Sorry.
Yep.
Welcome, all three
Thank
of you.
you.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm very honored to talk to you about this. So, couch wisdom. Do you feel like you're sitting on? Do you have a lot of wisdom in music industry today? After your years?
I will never get wise about the music industry, I think.
No, it's hard, isn't it?
Experience, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, and we're going to talk about your experiences from music industry, and I think a lot about the importance of role models, and all three of you are sitting here because you are kind of a role models for younger musicians and producers, and maybe for those who carries dreams about working in music. But do you consider yourself as a role model or an example as a producer and a musician? What do you say, Vanessa? You've been in the industry for many years now, and you started off as quite young, like 15 or something, I think. What do you see? How do you see on your? How you picture yourself as an artist today?
Well, I don't know about being a role model, but I know that, I mean, I work actively as a teacher, and I hope that I have a positive effect on the people I meet, of course. And what I can say about trying to achieve some sort of an inspirational position, well, I would be perhaps talking a lot about doing it yourself. I always educated myself, and I talk a lot about that, and I hope that that will inspire other singers or musicians to start producing themselves.
Yeah, and not be afraid of doing that.
No, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Sea Lion, do you agree with that? Is that the idea of your...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I like actively think about that I'm going to inspire anyone, or like definitely don't think of myself as a role model, but I always get like, because I've been doing this project for at least 11 years and recording and putting out music, so of course some people have heard it, but I still, up to this day, like when someone writes me on, you know, social media or email or whatever, I get really like, what? Like, do you like this? Like, oh my God, like, did this inspire you? Like, I still get surprised after all this time, you know, so I don't think it's...
And do they come to you to seek support, or is it more like they're a fan of your music, or...
No, I think like they usually, like, sometimes they write that it like a song has like brought comfort or inspired them to make their own music, and maybe they'll send their own tracks or something, and it always makes me really happy, and still up to this day, like, it surprises me.
Yeah, but it's very fun I suppose to hear from them.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. What do you see, Monks? What do you say about this? Do you also see yourself as a role model? No,
Yes,
they don't.
It's a big question to ask
You're
yourself.
my role model.
Oh, you might too. I see myself as I've learned through the years that it's important for young girls, especially, to see that someone has their own path and just does shit by themselves and get things done. So that's one of the things I've learned, that I contribute with inspiration to young girls. And I try to, in my previous project, the Naima Train, I used loop station and those kind of techniques to do like independent live performance, and that's something I still do workshops on, and try to get forward that kind of technique to to make music, because it's so fun and it's super easy actually, and inspiring. So
is the key in the technique to learn people about the technique, and so they don't so you're not scared of the technique? Is that a step to take?
Yeah, especially that's just the beginning, like starting out, because I remember being really scared of the technique and scared of not trusting my own knowledge enough to do it. But
and how did you go through with that?
I just did it.
Yeah.
Basically, started experimenting by myself and learned it. Yeah.
And Vanessa, you've been working for like many years and on different kind of scenes and in many different projects. Did you have any female musician or producer you could look up to and see yourself in when you started?
Well, I've listened a lot to Björk, and I've been following her work very closely. When I like someone's music, I get very devoted. I'm a very devoted music listener. I read about them. I see all the interviews, and yeah, I would say she's been a major influence.
Yeah.
To me, yeah.
What's Björk to you?
Oh, so much. Yeah. Really big influence on my music as well. Yeah.
As a person as well, I think she's so super cool.
Her whole like concept and art and everything.
Yeah,
really cool.
But Vanessa, did you have any friends or people you could seek support in, or how did you do it?
I terrorized all of my friends who were producing. And I think a step before learning the technology itself, I think an important step is to trigger or to handle your fear and try to motivate yourself to problem solving.
Yeah.
To not be afraid of touching things and just like focusing on solving problems, because for me, and still now, because I'm not, you're never done, finished.
Yeah.
I think problem solving it doesn't scare me anymore. And in the beginning, I called all of my friends all the time. They were so tired of me. So yeah.
Music friends, like
co-producers, other producers, colleagues and stuff. So yeah.
And what was the first? What did you get? What kind of gear did you get for your studio or your technique for your music?
Well, I've been working with I had a laptop and I had some shitty monitors and a little sound card and a microphone and very low scale. And I actually used those gadgets for many years. Some of my biggest gigs I've done, I just recorded in my living room. I didn't even have any sound absorbing stuff on the walls, and very lo-fi. It's been working fine for me.
Yeah. And how did you start off, Max? Was it the same?
Start off, it's hard to, I've started off at GarageBand when I was like 12. And kind of developed a way of writing songs and producing at the same time. And that was I knew instantly that was my thing that I wanted to do. So that's how I started. I did that for so long, and I've been using like the simplest things I could get a hold of to not be overwhelmed by the technique. But through the years, I've like been more comfortable in expanding my knowledge. So I right now I'm just using basically the same, a laptop, a few little synthesizers and stuff.
And you see, Lian, how was your process in this?
Well, I think in many ways I was kind of lucky because I grew up in the countryside and I was like pretty much a hermit as a child, like no siblings and just living out in the forest. And like I loved producing or like making music, even just on a shitty tape recorder as a small child. And growing up, I've never had anyone to show me or judge me or like influence me production wise from people around me, because I didn't really know any musicians as as a child and as a teenager and growing up, because I was so secluded in a small town. So I think I felt quite free to explore without feeling scared that how you were supposed to do it. Like, that came a lot later when I was an adult. But I think growing up making music, I felt quite free to.
And how old were you when you started?
I started really young with the tape recorder stuff, like maybe at 5 or 6 or something.
Ooh.
I have lots of tapes from being a kid doing that. But yeah, now I feel a lot more cautious about doing it. But I basically use, like these ladies said, like a laptop, and there's a sound card and a preamp, and I try to do most of the things analog, and not with a lot of plugins and stuff, because I prefer having the sound in the room and outside of the computer, because I think that's a lot easier. So I have a lot of pedals and stuff for different sounds, and I prefer working like that rather than in the computer.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking about you, Vanessa. How can you say anything about how your position in the music industry and your role, has it changed during these years, or do you have more, like, are you more secure and do you have more contacts, or how is that?
I think my position has always been pretty laid back, and I just like to do my own thing. I've had the privilege of being approached by a lot of artists and producers, and I do not take that for granted, but I'm very, very happy and humble to the fact that I've been very lucky. And today I would say that I just try to spread out the projects to have a nice workflow and not... I would say, maybe I'm calmer now. Before I was very anxious and I took every gig I got, you know what I mean? But I think that's important also.
Mm-hmm.
Before you establish yourself, before people know that you exist and you do what you do. But nowadays I say yes to a lot of things, but I put them in a longer time span than I did before. I don't stress so much anymore. I'm not into that now.
That sounds good. Nice. Monks, do you have the same experience with this? Are you more comfortable today, or?
Yes.
And how is that?
Well, to start with, I started out very young. I dropped out of gymnasiet at 18 years old and started touring all by myself. And everything went really fast, and I was just I did not have any equipment emotionally to deal with it, so I was just super overwhelmed, and also just took every chance at every possible... it was just too much tension and too much pressure, and now I just feel like reinventing my music with this new project has been like the best thing I could do, I think, because I feel so it's not the biggest thing in the world. It's just me making music, and the music is something that I can enjoy making. It's not like life or death anymore.
No.
So that's changed.
Sounds very releasing, very nice.
Yeah.
When you were a young artist, did you feel that you were taking seriously? Did people think about you as a serious artist, or did they question you in any way? Or
always questioned in little forms, ways, in different situations, but I didn't really care about that. I think that's why I got through that part. But it was always... that's why I've been wanting to reinvent everything. It's always been a big focus that I've been a young female. And it's so cool that I do it all by myself. And
girls
have
been
tired
hearing that for like 50 years or something in the music.
Yeah, it's gets a bit repeating. Repetitive, yeah.
Yeah. And when you were a teenager and was out touring and everything, did who was having your back? Who were your friends in the business?
At that moment, I didn't know that I needed friends, kind of. So I don't know, really. I didn't turn to anyone for help. I just tried to handle it myself.
Yeah.
It was kind of, everything just went down the wrong way, basically. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But who did you have any role model at that time, or?
Yeah, I kind of started out with that kind of loop station area by watching Imogen Heap, who's a real pioneer in like live production, and she does this super entertaining and creative ways of performing music that I think no one has ever done in the same way. So she was my biggest inspiration at that time.
Yeah. And what about you, Celine, when you were young and started to tour and all that? How was that for you?
Yeah, I can very much relate to what you said. Like, it just went down into hell. I was also like very much not at all emotionally equipped to deal with that sort of stuff.
How young were you then?
I started touring a lot when I signed with a record label, a British label in, how young was I? I think I was maybe 22 or something like that. And I hadn't dealt with about anything in my life up to that point. I just started doing music and touring and being extremely stressed out and, breaking down all the time because of the stress and and I had no idea that there was another way of doing it. I just took on whatever was like, you should do this and you're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, just traveling around and, lugging around my guitar and
all by yourself?
Yeah, a lot by myself, but also with other bands and stuff as a support act. But I never took the time to, feel good about it. Or I was always so stressed and always, I didn't realize that I shouldn't push myself that hard.
Sounds terrible for both of you.
Yeah, it was quite terrible, actually. I don't recommend this for anyone. Don't choose music. It wasn't a great start, I guess. But at the same time, it was cool to get all those opportunities, and I had a lot more opportunity when I was younger than I do now, because now I just do everything on my own, and I left the label and I work by myself. But for my mental health, that's been a lot better, and I don't, take on that many things. And these days I've always tried to have, another extra job to support myself, so I don't rely only on music like I used to, because I found that was not, a good thing for me, at least.
No, it sounds like a lot of pressure, which is not... It's not good for a young person to...
Yeah, you need to be crazy strong to tour, I think. I think you have to be a very certain type of person to tour full time. It did not suit me at all.
It's really weird when you're alone as well, because no matter how the show goes, you can't breathe with anyone. You can't go backstage and you just go back by yourself and think about
and drink too much.
What? Yeah. And just weird encounters with people who's just watching you like this and not on a person-to-person level. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And it's not good for your health, mental health.
No, mine neither.
No, it's hard when you're that young, because you don't have a sense of you know, what feels good or what feels bad. Like, at least I didn't know like the difference between what felt good or what felt bad. I was just like doing things.
But I don't think anyone does at that age.
Yeah.
So it's very hard, and under those kind of circumstances, it must be terrible. As I said, I really understand it.
It wasn't
But fun.
only terrible.
No,
it was of course
fun.
amazing as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not easy when you're young. I think
No.
being in the music industry.
Do you share these experiences, Vanessa?
Well, I started professionally when I was 12. I did a lot of parts in Göteborgsoperan, the Gothenburg Opera House. And I think the way it affected me was primarily that I got used to a work ethic that was just out of the roof, too much. So I went to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was in school until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I went straight to the opera. I was in the show. I came home at 12 o'clock, like 3 nights a week. And so when I was like 15, I thought that working that much was just like normal. And that took a lot of time for me to adjust to. And also the fact that I was up on stage before, I think I really made the active decision myself to be on stage. So between my 20s and 30s, I had like this breakdown when it came to my career, and I just decided that I don't want to show doing shows anymore. Today I play a little sometimes, but I just wanted to do something else. So I started writing more music and producing instead, and I'm so happy today that I did that. Yeah.
I love this wisdom couch. Is like, don't do music.
Yeah.
Don't perform.
do music. But I mean, I think today there are so many ways you can do music.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I've been singing a lot and taking command of how I work is just the possibilities today are fantastic. I mean, I could work with people in the States. Sometimes they say, you want to come over? And I always say, no, please. Can I do it at home? So I mean, I can just like crash out in my studio, do everything from there. I send it off.
So that's a big change for this.
Big. Yeah, you don't have to be in the studio and have lots of pressure, people looking at you, telling you what you know, making you nervous. I can sit at home. I can do my 1,000 takes if I want to, sit up all night. It's just fantastic, the freedom you have today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like creating a nice environment and a nice way to work for yourself, and trust that that's like it's your way to do it, and it's the right way for you, because there's always someone who's gonna push you in some direction, or like think that's it's for me it's really important to just trust my own decisions and path.
Yeah,
like
and there's always going to be some guy that says like, yeah, but you should come into my studio.
yeah, do you need help?
Yeah.
I have lots of stuff. Yeah.
But and that's a very positive thing. I think that for girls, you can create your own environment and make your own music, and you don't have to go into those studios and all the guys and all the cable and mixers and. Or what do you say?
Yeah, like care about your soul and don't care about the sound. I think, the sound can be shitty if if you're honest and if you try to show yourself. I think the sound doesn't really matter, or like either way the sound is going to get better as you progress. So, I wouldn't care too much if the sound is shitty in the beginning. Of course it's going to be. And even if you go into a studio when you're young to produce your music, you're probably not going to be happy with that anyway when you're older. So, because you might not like the sound or the way they produce anyway at a later point. So I think it's cool to do it yourself anyway, even if it doesn't sound the best,
Yeah, and what advice did you... If you're thinking back, what advice would you have needed at that time when you were younger?
I think, like you said, Maria, like to trust myself that it's okay to do it yourself, because I didn't have the skills to make it good. Like I had a vision that I wanted it to sound in a lot of different ways, but I didn't have the skills or the equipment or the capacity to make it sound that way. But I would have, loved to be able to know that's cool. Like, it's okay to make shitty music in the beginning or for many, many years. Like, that's okay. Like, it's okay if your vision doesn't match the outcome, and that's okay. And it might take you 1 year, it might take you 5 years, it might take you 10 years or more to make your vision sync with the result, and that's fine. You know, if you want to do it yourself, and if you want to, you know, evolve and learn and be in that process yourself, I think, you know, you should be. Like, you shouldn't feel pressured to do it with someone just because they have the skills already, because it's a great process.
Amen. It's also like impossible to just have a skill.
Yeah.
No one has a skill from
the
nowhere.
beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's weird that it's so common among especially young women to just skip that step.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to, someone else knows that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can know it too.
Yeah.
It's
and especially if you do have the desire, like, it's of course completely fine to, if you want to work with a producer, that's great. Of course you should do that. But if you want to do it yourself, I think everyone should, you know, be able to do it.
And get rid of that critical voice in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, everyone is gonna suck in the beginning, and probably for a long time, maybe forever, like, who knows. But I think that's fine. If you want to do it, that's a process as well.
Yeah. What do you need to get even more secure and creative and so on in the future, Vanessa? What do you need in your work to get even more creative and secure in your work in the future?
Well, the creativity, I think, comes from having a dynamic life, because I'm I write very, like, I'm super triggered by the life I live, you know, experiences and stuff happening. So to just keep exposing myself to interesting situations and talking to people and listening to lots of music. And when it comes to the craft, I just keep on staying devoted, do my hours, you know, and just keep on working and trying to communicate in a straight way, and just, devotion.
Yeah.
Work hard.
What do you think about the future for you and for other girls younger than you?
I mean, to conclude, it's just about doing it. Just not thinking too much around it, just do it. And if there's a spark of inspiration, just use it to do something.
What is the best thing that you have learned during your years? Or the most important, or
that
you can think about that. What do you say, Sea Lion? What about your wisdoms?
I think for me personally, it's been more of like learning how to fail and learning how to be comfortable, even if, like, I've tried so hard to like scale away music for me, like, because I used to be extremely obsessed with like, this has to go well, like, this has to, like, it used to be my only passion, and it used to be so important for me to, you know, to the point where I just burnt myself out over and over again because I so badly wanted to do it. So for me, it's been like, you know, what can my life look like without music, or like music in moderation, or like making music that doesn't have to be that good, or it doesn't have to be successful, or doesn't have to be, you know, all those things that I wanted to be. Like, I really try to, you know, learn how to rest and how to not rely on music for many things, you know, just see music as a gift that I have and that I can give, but not rely on it for, you know, for too many things. And that's been really hard, but I'm trying to really work on that still.
Yeah. And how would you describe your network? Because you've been working in a lot of countries, and How is that?
Yeah, I used to do that, and I used to work, with record labels and stuff. But I haven't since, I think 2017. I left my record label. So I used to have a lot of people working that I worked with, and like not production wise, but just with everything around it, with touring and with press and with a lot of those things. But now I don't think I have like a very big network at all. I do everything on my own, or I do everything quite small scale. I don't even do any press anymore. I just put music out and hope that people listen to it, basically. But I don't work with people anymore, more than the people that press my record physically and stuff like that. But I don't have a network that much anymore.
Yeah, but the friends and other girls are reaching out to you and sending emails to you, and are being inspired by you.
Yes, it happens sometimes. Yeah.
How is that? Is it the same for you, Vanessa? Do people write to you, or are being inspired, or seeking advice from you?
Yeah, I get sometimes I get people sending me music and wanting to have feedback and stuff, and I think that's very nice, and it's a nice way of communicating. I learn something by formulating what I hear, and hopefully I give them something that would help them in any way or inspire them. So yeah, I like that. I think that's very important. I think to be excessive. I don't like closing my doors and just I think communicating with other musicians and producers is very nice for me. Yeah. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Is it the same for you? Do you communicate with your...
I try to do that more. I was really bad at it when I started out. It's something I'm now really ashamed of, that I was really bad at responding to people.
It's not so easy when you're a teenager.
Exactly. But now I try to be more open and communicative. It was actually something that moved me a lot, that when I had my last show with the Naima Train, that was 2017, there was a kid who wrote to me and said that she grew up with my music, because I started out like 9 years earlier, something like that, and she had been listening to my music since she was like 12, and she started playing music because of my music, and like got inspired to start making music at a really young age. And a few years later, it just feels like, wow, I stuck to her for a long time. It was really nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, I think our time is up. Thank you so much, Vanessa Liftig, Manx and Sea Lion. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom and all your experiences. It was wonderful to listen to you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
We're putting in Nadia here, I think.
Was you going to use this one then? Yeah. So thank you to you, girls. And it's wonderful. And you can probably hand over one of your mics over there. I can change over to this one, maybe. Yes. So you can have your mic there. That's it. All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
We will start rigging for the lovely Monks and Mariah that you saw speaking in this Couch Wisdom moment, and we're glad still that you're joining us. And for anyone who just jumped into the live stream, this is EQLovesFestival live stream, and this is Suki.
Hello, everyone. This is Nadia,
and I'm Nadia, and we have gathered up some of Gothenburg's artists and producers whom we have gotten inspired of in the team. And later on we're going to have some showcases as well with some other members of the EQLoves music, which you and I are members of, both
exactly.
of us. Yeah.
Yeah. And also we are so happy you guys are watching at home. And if you'd like, you can tell your friends and your family that we are doing this online. And you can go to the website. It's EQLoves Music. No, EQLovesFestival.com.
Yeah, for anyone who is a producer out there or feels like, oh, I'm out of a context, I don't really have anyone to communicate with, like the girls earlier here were talking about the importance of connecting with other producers and people working in the in this line of work. We have, as an organization as well, a name called EQLoves Music. And that's why we have added different things like EQLoves Festival, EQLoves Music, and then we have EQLoves nätverksträffar, because we're a Swedish organization. But in any way, if you are wanting to like join some sort of context where you can get feedback, listening sessions and stuff like that online, you can check out our Facebook site and everything, and also EQLovesmusic.com.
Yeah. And also, if you have any sorts of questions to us about our work or about production, or like if you're feeling inspired and like, oh, how do I do this? I think I want to start playing an instrument, or like, how do I produce? You can ask us at our Instagram or our Facebook page, and maybe we'll answer. And
exactly. So it's hashtag EQLovesMusic.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm like maybe we'll answer. I mean, of course we will answer if you have any questions.
Yeah. But anyhow, we are just waiting for monks that you saw. Monks as the cat monks, I presume. Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Because I love cats a lot, so I've checked it up.
Me too. I love lemurs.
Yeah, and you also identify as a lemur, isn't it? Yeah.
I love lemurs from Madagascar.
Yeah. How are you feeling about how did you come to that inspirational?
Well, it was just a feeling, you know, like I
an instinct.
Yeah, an instinct. Do you have any spirit animal?
Yeah, I've had plenty of them, but I've always, as I said, cats has always been like my. Since I'm also a fire tiger, I'm born in the year of the tiger. For anyone who believes in Chinese astrology, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are waiting here for this lovely show, and tomorrow we will have the live stream from the same house where we're at.
We're at Brewhouse now in Gothenburg.
Brewhouse, yes. And we have some lovely co-workers here, like a QTECH crew that's helping us out with all of this beautiful equipment here, and all filming and the sound and everything, which is lovely. And also Kulturrådet, who has helped us to fix with anything that we need for being able to do this financially and so on. But tomorrow we will have some really interesting discussions as well, but we will get back to that later. Hopefully it's from 15:00. I think it's 15 p.m. you say in English, yeah. In the afternoon in Swedish time. But you can always watch these streams even after they've gotten streamed, and you can also share these streams and invite people to online parties, especially if you're on Facebook. you can do such things, which is fun.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have like a cousin who haven't watched this and like, oh, maybe my cousin who is interested in production wants to see this, you can share it with your cousin.
That's lovely. Like sharing is caring. How do they say?
Yes, and that's also, I think, the
Worst
basic
thing
but the basic thing in EQ Loves Music, like we want to share the music with and share the inspiration and share the knowledge about production with each other and lift each other up.
Yeah, because the importance is like when you're working alone, you sometimes need to just talk to somebody else. Hey, what do you think about this? I don't like this. I'm not sure if there's something missing to this production or anything like that. Or how do you use Logic? Is anyone in this online room that we're in now using Logic?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
There's some nice tutorials. Yeah, and so on and so on.
But now we have Mags on the stage.
We are going to let Monks do her thing and see you soon. Bye.
älskar ju honom. Ska hon glömma honom bara för att han är död? Jag vet inte. Han kommer väl alltid finnas kvar i hennes hjärta. Är det inte så? Jag kommer väl alltid finnas kvar i ditt hjärta.
Everything
Yeah. Tack. Kul. Det här är första gången vi gör den här sättningen som Max. Jag brukar köra med helband. Känns det bra, Tobias? Ja, eller hur? Jag tycker också det känns gött. Nej, Tobias tycker det känns bra. Då kommer en låt som heter Silhouette.
In Western Australia, these dolphins have taken on an even tougher challenge. The fish have taken refuge close to the beach, where the water is only a few centimeters deep. Tail slapping is a method dolphins often use to stun their prey.
Är det något live-feed med så här kommentarer och sådär? Nej. Kan man se? Så här? Nej. Hallå! Hej i alla fall, de ni som kollar. Vad kul. Det här är det nya. Men ja, closear vi off det här? Oj, jag kanske ska prata... Maybe I should talk in English. Sorry. Last song. This has been fun. Thank you very much. This song is called Cookie Dough Key Limes. Everybody's competing. I don't wanna. All my life, everyone around me. I don't wanna. I feel calmer. Everybody wanna change me. I grow taller. And I don't wanna be chasing all that drama. Sometimes I don't care about cookie dough key limes. And you just live a life like it's over. I don't care about sometimes. I don't care about cookie dough key limes. And you just live like it's over. All you bullies are made of worthless dollar. Close your eyes, sit down and think of your mama. Everything but you makes the days grow longer and longer and longer. When everybody wanna change me, I grow taller. Just Tack så mycket. Tack så mycket.
Hi, everyone. So what happened here just a little moment ago? Hi, Mariah.
Hi.
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, another Mariah. There's many Mariahs in this world.
It's a common name.
It's a common name, indeed. So basically, what you just saw after Monks, and I just want to say thank you to you so much. It was you almost made me cry. I can't cry right now, so I'm glad I'm still working. Yeah. So for anyone who has jumped into the live stream now and just saw something happen after Mariah's lovely show here and Monk's lovely show, because her artist name is MANX, yeah, as the cat. For anyone who jumped in, this is the EQLovesFestival online stream, and we are an initiative that's based on
Equality.
Exactly. So we want to work for equality in the music industry from the music production field. And that was something also that you saw in a trailer just now. We have tomorrow as well a live stream from 15 p.m. And in the grand finale of the thing, there will be a documentary that has been filmed by a dear friend of ours named Rebecca Wik Fagerberg, and she has been working on this documentary almost for 1.5 years, almost 2 years. So we are really glad to be able to spread the word about how it is for females or people outside of the norm actually doing this line of work, and that's what the documentary is about, basically. And tomorrow we have a lot of other different interesting interviews that we have gathered up with Erin Tonken, who is a producer from New York, who has been working on Bowie.
Black Star.
It's Black Star. It's Bowie's
friggin'. You don't have to say Bowie if you say Black Star.
Exactly. Black Star. It was the last album that Bowie ever did. And she has been working with various different artists like Esperanza Spalding and Lady Lamb amongst them. And also we have an interview with Gloria Caba from New York City as well, who has been working with names like Madonna.
Beyonce, right?
And Beyonce.
Yeah. Aretha Franklin?
Aretha Franklin as well. And Q-Tip, one of the famous 90s rappers, and such like that. So we are really happy to have the chance to really highlight these people. Who are they? How do they work? What's their line of work about? And how do they see this industry, basically, and so on? And what do they believe that this industry should be more like or less like? Or, yeah. Amongst it all, you can look at the schedules at EQLovesFestival.com. And now, for you, we have our lovely own members, a showcase with both Suki, that you met before, if you were part of the live stream from the beginning. And we have Shadi and we have Adi. And these girls are living on different places in Sweden as well, which is lovely. And
say something. Hello.
Hello, Gothenburg.
Hello, Gothenburg. Yes. So, and we say hi to Suki. What up, girl?
What's up? Hi, my name is Suki and I do both music in Swedish and English. And now I'm gonna perform a song of mine in Swedish. And it's about being yourself no matter what anyone thinks or say. Okay? Let's do it.
take it, so baby, do it for me. Keep on talking about the things I'm not now. Oh, since you think about somebody else now, don't you know that? So you talk about the things I'm not now. Oh, you must be thinking about somebody else now. Closer, closer. It's breaking. So you'll be staying until it's gone. But I need more space, so I need to take it right before it's gone. You can love it until it's breaking. So you'll be staying until it's gone. But I need more space, so I need to take it right before it's gone. Used to tell myself apart now for you to get it. You said I would come around now when time was given. Keep telling me about things I'm not now. Don't you see that it's how it's made? If you know me so well that you say now, then you know what I can create. You've been loving until it's breaking, so you've been staying here until it's gone. But I need more space, so I need to take it right before it's gone. Yeah, you love me, so it's breaking. So you stay until it's gone. If you leave me out, I can take it. So leave me out now. Yeah, you love me till it's breaking. So you stay until it's gone. If you leave me out, I can take it. Since you want me out, I'm gone.
Mr. DJ, can you pump some boom back for me? I know the way you work your cut. Mr. DJ, can you pump some boom back for me? Then you can put me on summer vibes. Your red hair is driving me crazy. Summer nights, yeah. I need it to be uncomplicated for once. No power play. I need this to be uncomplicated for once. No power play. Nah, I don't want to bum or smoke. I just want to get naked in the pool, yeah. With you. Nah, I don't want any more booze. Just want to play it smoothly. With you. Summer vibes. Your red hair is driving me crazy. Summer nights, yeah. Pull me in, pull me closer. 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 I need this to be uncomplicated for once. I need this to be uncomplicated for once. No power play. I need this to be uncomplicated for once. No power play. Pull me in, pull me closer. Pull me in, pull me closer. Pull me in, pull me closer. Thank you.
right. Wow, thank you so much. A big applaud. Yay, okay. We're gonna have some more couch wisdom. Right?
But we are our own moderators, so you're gonna have to bear with us a little.
Yeah. Shall we take a seat in the sofa?
We shall.
Kim Tina, you
I'm
coming?
here too. I'm coming.
Here's Kim Tina and Maria.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
With
Welcome
a microphone this
show.
time.
Yay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so fun.
This is a lot of fun. I've been
This is
looking forward to
crazy.
this so much because it's our 4th year. This is amazing that we've been doing this for
Yeah.
the last 4 years. And it's so amazing that we can do this again, but in a whole other content, like online. It's amazing. I mean, we can reach out on a whole nother level. So this is going to be interesting to see who has been watching us.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we present ourselves?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, as you know, my name is Suki, and I live in Gothenburg, and I do production all the way from country to hip hop. So, yeah, different kind of styles. And I've been with EQ for 3 years or something.
I believe that you have been with us for 3
Yeah.
years. Yes, I think so. Definitely. Okay, I can go next. My name is Kim Tina Malmkrona. Kim Tina Malmkrona. It's so weird saying that in English. Well, I also live here in Gothenburg. And my genre is, hardcore. Basically a subgenre to techno, but we call it like happy hardcore, hard style, raw style, and dubstep. That's my main genre. But I like to mix also with, old hip hop, trap, and so on. Yeah. And I am actually one of the co-founders of EQLoves Music. That's basically the umbrella. And the EQLovesFestival is actually just one of our projects. So this is exciting that we can actually do this again, this festival. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's amazing in those times too.
Yes.
And my name is Maria Boom, which I just haven't found a stage name that's better than my own name. So, especially English countries love the surname Boom. It does not speak about my music at all, though, because, I'm from Gothenburg, I should say, represent. And the music I do is sort of, what do you call it? It's an alternative sort of music with a piano bass, I would say, probably. And I've been a member of EQLoves Music since 2018. So I'm the newest little chick here, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
a good one too.
Amazing one, amazing one.
Okay, so we have like some questions we want to answer.
Yes.
And the first one is when and how did you start producing? What was the inspiration and how did you start? Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Well, I have been doing, music basically since I was a child. I got my first keyboard when I was like 6 years old or something, and I just basically learned by myself. It runs in my family way back from both sides, actually, both my mother and my dad. So we're all musicians and performers, I guess. But my real inspiration for actually starting to produce for real was actually our founder of EQLoves Music. That's Melissa Linnell, actually. She got me into this mess. And it just went downhill from there. It's been amazing. It's great.
What a beautiful mess.
Yes, I know. It's a beautiful mess.
But as a child, you said you had some kind of synth at home too?
Yeah. Well, you know those old keyboards? they have those like cheesy beats, and you can basically make anything with that. So, well, yeah, that's sort of a producing also. And I just kind of made up all kinds of melodies, and then I started writing sort of rhymes. Just picked up on words and just rhymed on another thing. But I can also say this: I grew up with MTV. I'm from that generation, and music channel and music box and all that, and so I actually learned to speak English. I think I was around 6 or 7. I didn't understand a jack what they said or what they sang on TV, but I knew the words, and I just picked up this American accent. So it's it's helped me along the way. So
yeah. And for me, I was about 22, 23 years old. I studied art in Gävle, a town outside of Stockholm, and I was like very much into music because I have been singing my whole life, but I never really knew about production or like thought of myself as a producer. But then when I was in Gävle and studied, I got in contact with a guy who had a music studio, small one. But then he invited me to come and maybe sing a song or check out some beats. And when I got into the studio, it was like a spaceship, you know, a small spaceship, but still a spaceship. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? This is so cool. And I also very much into the tech part of it. So I'm like, how do you do this with all the things and how does it work? So then I really wanted to study music and do more music and produce. So then I started a school in Gothenburg when I went back to Gothenburg, where you also have went to, called the Music College.
Right, the Music College.
And actually Vanessa Liftig, who was here earlier, was our teacher.
Yes,
and,
she was. Yes, that's true.
And they had, so there I learned my first steps in producing in Logic. So it was really fun. And then from there, I just evolved, I guess.
And went downhill.
Exactly. What about you,
Maria? Yes.
Well, I was about 16, and I knew that I wanted to do music, and they offered production as an extra class in my in gymnasium school. And it was like I want to know what happens behind the buttons and what happens, you know, behind that big table with the big intimidating little levers that you're supposed to pull and stuff and
knobs.
Yeah, and the knobs, yes. And it was actually during a time where it was going between digital and analog recording, so I know both of them, which I think it's been a great asset.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's absolutely. And then I lived in England for a while, so that's why I don't have an American accent. And there I learned like choir arrangements. So I was in chamber choir. I also learned a bit of Latin, but I've never used it. And then at about, I think 21 was when I was ready to take, you know, this sort of step to apply everything I'd learned to my own music, because that was just like 5-6 years of learning and not doing anything, but a very eager student. So at 21, I moved out into like middle of the forest in Hultsfred, and there was nothing to do but talk to squirrels or produce music. So I chose to produce music. I did my first sample. I took a glass that was already broken and I threw it on the balcony and I held the mic like this.
That's amazing.
Sampling, sound
yes.
sampling. Yeah. Use your own samples. Make your own samples.
Oh yes, that's so cool.
That's very smart. That's clever.
Okay, guys. So the next question is like, what do you like about production, and when you work with it, do you have any system or style that you work in?
Maria, do you want to go first?
Yeah,
go. Well, I sort of just like seeing it take form. because it's in one form when I'm sitting. I do most of my stuff. I write most of my stuff at the piano, but I have another image in my head about how it's supposed to sound. And as soon as you start producing, you can at least get sort of close to that, because you just have to find the sounds that were going on in your head and see if they fit. And if they don't, you try something else, and you see your song being born that way, to be released and to, out into the ether. And it's a beautiful thing. So I love that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What I really like about music production, especially as a non-male person, it's that you can be free and you can be independent, and you agree, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes. Yes. And you can make it sound exactly how you like it, as you want it, and you don't have someone hanging over your head or your shoulder like, no, do this and that. You are your own producer. So that I like that, and I like also the thing about like making up your own noise sounds. It's really cool, I think, and be creative, really. But for me, it's like sometimes a melody comes first in my head and I record it, or sometimes the lyrics come first and I like make up a melody with the words, and there I go from there. I think I try to keep it as simple as possible, really, but it's really hard. Sometimes you get a sense of like, oh no, it's not done. I have to be perfect, but I'm trying to, like, I don't have to be perfect, and it can be lo-fi if I want to, and I most of the time want it to be easy and simple. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, for me, the most important thing when I produce something, especially, I work with a lot harder sounds.
Yeah.
For my music, I mean, I work with a lot of hard kicks and bass. So for me, it's like important to get that sound, but also I can tweak it. I can decide how I want it to sound. So that's very important when you work with different types of with waves and envelopes. You can always send your sound into something different and always tweak it, change it. Like Maria said, you have a vision in your head and you try to put it on print, and maybe it doesn't come out the way you imagined it. And that's like very important, to learn to tweak, to change the sound, to rearrange the sound and send it to different. Oh my God, now I'm talking mixing. Well,
I like mixing a lot. Yeah.
Kill your darlings, I think is the word.
Yes.
You have to kill your darlings at some point, sometimes.
Yeah.
If the darling isn't very attractive and, sounds sort of offish and sounds like a 50-year-old man throwing up, it's like, no.
Yeah,
it's kind of like baking, huh? You start with one ingredient, then you add something else, and add your liquid and your yeast. If you're making it from grunden, om man säger så.
From the ground. I would not use. I would not use this. Scratch. I would not use this analogy ever, because anyone who has ever known me know that I only bake to punish people, and I only give them my baked goods to punish them. I don't bake for people I like, because that's how horrible.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are you saying you just go down to the pizza and buy dough and just make a loaf? Is that what you're saying?
We're talking about pizza now?
Are we talking about pizza now? I didn't like the analogy because I don't bake very well, but I do make good music.
Well, in a
good
sense.
comparison, though.
Yeah.
You start from scratch. You have your kick, you have
Yeah.
your bass, your melody, your
Yeah.
hi-hat, blah blah blah.
But I
You
feel like
make
it's
a nice sound.
also like a painting, like
Yes, definitely a painting.
like you add colors and you make it from the ground and like make it from scratch and put on colors and define it and
Little sunshine.
smooch everything. You know what I mean?
I can get aboard with this
but
one.
then also as an if you're a painter or something, it's the same thing that you can be a perfectionist and like, oh no, it's not done.
Yes.
I need to add some more color, and you have to. I think with time you learn to feel when okay, now I'm done.
Definitely. It's so hard with music though, because it's always something new that pops into your head. It's like you have your main thing.
But I think we all agree that with the persons who were talking here before, the first couch wisdom, that if you want to start produce as a young person or girl or something, just try it out, try everything, and
yes.
Don't be afraid, because
don't be afraid to push any buttons.
Yeah, you can sit by the computer and like, oh my god, the computer is gonna explode or something,
What if fire is there?
Yeah, but
what's gonna happen here?
Just play with it, just try, because it's like Sea Lion said, you're gonna suck for a long time maybe, but it's okay,
Let it explode.
Let it explode. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question.
Yes.
Now it's Corona times, right? And it's really scary, and it's really real, and it's really bad, especially for the music branch, because we can't really play live as much we want to, right? And so how has this time been for you guys, producing wise? And
Maria?
Well, I mean, production-wise, it's like not much has changed, because I've never been one to like, okay, I'm just gonna sit on my little chamber and do everything by myself. I will take advice, but you can always send someone else your little skeleton of a song or something. There is this painting, and I think it explains it very well. It's like, it's 4 identical pictures of an artist sitting painting, and it says, artist before Corona, artist during lockdown, artist during quarantine, artist after Corona. And it's exactly the same picture.
Yes.
And that's pretty much how it is with music production. It's like, well, a few tweaks, like, maybe I can't really go to a person live and present the song and say, what do you think? But then again, it was always a sort of an easier solution to send them or email them that thing even before Corona.
Yes.
well, yeah, I guess if you're gonna record a big orchestra or something, that's hard in these times. But as for maybe for us that mostly do our thing at home, it's pretty much the same thing.
You have to be aware that you can't invite the symphonic orchestra to play in your flat anymore. You had plans, but no, not today.
No. Well, as you said, maybe it hasn't changed that much actually, because I also do basically all of my productions from home. I have my home studio, but I always say there is a silver lining in everything, and the silver lining in this is that the digital world has, oh my God, it has, should I say shrunk or grown? It's like there's so much people online now, more than ever. There's a lot
Very
of people.
much.
It has shrunk, I think.
Maybe shrunk. The world has definitely become a lot smaller.
The product has grown, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
But the cool part in this mess is that you can actually contact a drummer, maybe that lives in Australia, and then you have someone playing the bass in Brazil, and you have a singer in Sweden, and you can just like merge them through a digital video, and that is so cool. And there you go, you have a band. Yeah. That's really, really cool.
And I mean also like we are doing this festival now, but it's online. And we still can do our festival, so that's very nice. But of course, it's a new situation because you don't really get an audience here. You don't when you play live, you don't feel the energy of an audience. You know,
of course, it's not the same thing.
So it's a new situation for everyone. I think that we have to find different ways to work with this, right?
Yeah, I think for good and bad, I think the quest for perfectionism that has sort of the bar has lowered because like we talked about these bands coming together, and they wouldn't as much before. They would before, but they wouldn't as much because there was always this latency and like, oh, there's a 3 millisecond and that makes our instruments out of sync, so we can't do this over Zoom. And now it's like, well, it's the only way we can get music out, so never mind.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. So let's
never mind.
Do this. Yes. Yeah. So that's basically the silver lining in this.
Yeah.
For good and bad, I think.
For good and bad. Yeah.
Yeah, a little sense of taking away some pressure of it, right?
Like people are more relaxed nowadays.
But I think everyone needed a break.
A break. Yeah, definitely a break.
Yeah, so that's
sort of like gives you an excuse to actually relax, doesn't it?
Yeah, except for when you cough on the bus. No one's relaxed when you cough on the bus.
No.
You're not even allowed to cough. So people are like, oh my God, go home.
Yeah.
Stay home.
Okay, guys, but I think that
you.
was the last question, and thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Maria,
thank you.
Kim Tina,
Suki.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Corona style.
Corona.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi. Bye.
All right.
Wow, thank you.
And now we are gonna have another cool thing, a medley from
medley number 2 is coming up.
And there may be some participants that should get off the stage now because we're coming up later.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's
do this.
Nadia She Trance on the stage.
Right. Welcome, Nadia, to the stage.
Melisha, I'm sending my love out to you, sister. We are She Trans, and I'm turning into an artist all of a sudden, doing this right now. So, because I'm also a member of this, so I want to do this. So I'm sending out to Melisha my love. Thank you.
Yes, it's hard to believe that you could hurt someone. Also hard to believe I don't feel like the lucky one. Then again, I'm not a someone. I'm a thing that you are. Are you sick and tired of no one believing you? Well, guess what? Me too. Me too. Screw you. Screw you. In the dark, lick your scars. You can't move 'cause this shit ain't real. Now you know how we feel. Yes, it's hard for you now. You can't go anywhere. Oh, so hard for you now. You're telling the truth. You swear. Then again, truth can be defiant. You're just used to it being compliant. So are you sick and tired of no one believing you? Well, guess what? Me too. Me too. Screw you. Screw you. Hide inside, speak your mind, call the liar. They say it ain't real. Now you know how we feel. I guess your hands go where they want, but I wish I could cut them off. No, I don't care how bad that sounds anymore.
Mannen hade fått iväg av King. Åtalet lades ner i brist på bevis.
This is war. Me too. Me too. Screw you. Screw you. Now you're scared. Sell your shares. Sell your breath. No one thinks you're for it. Now you know how that feels. Now you know how that feels. Now you know how that feels. Now you know how we feel.
The stars shining bright every night.
Your love is like a flame that feels so right. Your lips are fire red, your eyes are blue. My angel, I am so in love with you.
The stars shining bright
every night. Love is like a flame that feels so right. Your lips are fire red, your eyes are blue. My angel, I am so in love with you.
Hey, hey, hey. The stars are shining bright every night. Your love is like a flame, it feels so right. Your lips are fire red, your eyes are blue. My angel, I am so in love with you. The stars are shining bright every night. Your love is like a flame, it feels so right. Your lips are fire red, your eyes are blue. My angel, I am so in love with you. Thank you. And that was our last act. Well, come on up, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hi.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You were like so
Oh my
cool. Yeah.
god. I'm stoked.
I was a little bit unprepared. It's like it
Maybe
went
we
too
should go
fast.
away from
It went
the-
too fast. It went too
Everyone,
fast.
So nice.
but isn't this style totally about things going too fast? And life is
Yes.
going too fast, even if
Yes.
it's like Corona times or whatever, like going too slow and too fast. Yeah. So you can come, join me here
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
last pictures of us.
Yes.
So
Okay, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
this
yeah.
was all
Thank
for
you.
us right now, and tomorrow.
And you're welcome at
we
3
will.
Thank you so
p.m.
much for watching,
Yeah.
everyone out there.
I've said 15 p.m. the whole day. Like
yes, you have said 15. And
it's because
um,
I can do everything else but numbers and understanding these times in between worlds and in between this. Yeah, it's totally like I get so confused.
it's
Yeah.
very confusing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
p.m.
But
Yeah.
anyway, this
3
was
p.m.
amazing.
This was amazing.
This is
and
crazy.
Thank you. Yes.
And
Thank
thank
you
you
for
to
joining.
QTECH.
Thank you,
Yes,
QTECH.
Thank you guys out
and
here.
thank you, Brewhouse, for letting us be here.
Thank you, Axel.
Thank you, Axel
Yes,
Jane,
for
who
our
has been doing
visuals.
the
The
visuals.
visuals. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
all the artists who came here and,
And all the artists,
spoke
right.
and performed.
And the
And
smoke
sharing their
machine.
stories.
And a big, big, big love we're sending, especially out to our members and
Yes.
to Militia,
Yeah.
who's sitting and watching this stream from somewhere. Tomorrow you will probably see her. So from 15 tomorrow we will start streaming, and
3 p.m. tomorrow.
yes, yes, and you can read it in the
Yeah,
schedule.
go to the website.
EQLovesFestival.com.
Yeah.
Read all about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is so fun.
This is so much fun.
I can't believe it.
I hope we will hope that you will have a lovely night out there, everyone. And
welcome
it's
back
Friday.
tomorrow. Yes.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Mwah.